Okay, that title might be a bit too much, but let's talk about MindsEye, the new game from Rockstar's former producer Leslie Bensies. The latest trailer just dropped, and with it came something we've been waiting for, a release window of summer 2025. And what's interesting is that it's dropping before GTA 6, which is still planned for fall, so probably somewhere between September and December. I mean, that's kind of bold, right? Releasing an open-world action game just a few months before GTA 6 drops? Maybe they know they'll be completely overshadowed once Rockstar starts the real marketing push, so they're trying to get ahead of that. And I get it. Everyone's waiting for GTA 6, so this might be their best shot at grabbing attention while people are still in that waiting phase. Anyway, let's talk about what's going on in MindsEye. We'll be playing as a guy named Jacob Diaz, a former Special Forces soldier who's been fitted with a neural device called, well, the MindsEye. It's messing with his memories and forcing him to relive this covert mission that might not have actually happened, giving everything a heavy cyberpunk conspiracy vibe. The city we'll be roaming around in is called Red Rock, a sort of neon-drenched desert metropolis run by AI and overshadowed by powerful corporations. There's also Mayor Shiva Vega, rumored to be more power-hungry than she lets on, and an eccentric tech mogul named Marco Silva, who seems intent on pushing human evolution forward no matter the cost. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you that trailer first.
In his research, Dr. Morrison identified a paradox. A moment where machine learning would evolve past our capabilities of control. He called the first sign of this Alpha.
Welcome to Red Rock.
Man, is it always this hot?
You'll get used to it. Sort of. Not really.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad, huh? It's the latest model.
Interesting.
Companies like Silva Corporation, instead of being thankful, have turned their backs on the very stars and stripes that made their most success.
You still haven't given us clearance for launch.
Give me access to the back-end system of my city bot, and then we'll talk.
Today is a very special day. Well, it's not every day we get to test the existential potential of man with machine.
This city loves me, Marco. I can spin this like I always do.
I will not let them fucking stop me!
The part that got me was when Shiva Vega said,
Companies like Silva Corporation, instead of being thankful, have turned their backs on the very stars and stripes that made their most success.
It sounds like a possible reference to Rockstar and Leslie Bensies' beef. If you remember, he alleged that certain guys within Rockstar basically pushed him out of the company and cut him off from a profit-sharing arrangement tied to GTA's massive success. He claimed there was a deal in place where he, plus a couple of other key figures, would split the profits from the series, and then suddenly, they turned on him and locked him out. So maybe this game's story is throwing some subtle nods toward that entire situation. Silva Corporation could be a stand-in for a big, powerful entity that owes its entire success to someone, but then reneges on their commitments once the money really starts rolling in. It's all speculation, of course, but the parallel feels a little too on the nose to ignore. Okay, but let's talk about the gameplay, structure, and how it all actually works, because this is where MindsEye starts to feel kinda different from GTA, and also where it gets a bit weird for some people. So here's the thing, MindsEye isn't a standalone game in the traditional sense. It's actually a story-driven experience that lives inside another game called Everywhere. And I know that sounds a bit confusing at first. Everywhere is this big platform that aims to be a mix of user-generated content, online multiplayer, and custom games, kind of like Roblox. And MindsEye is their big cinematic single-player thing built inside of it. That's where some people started to raise eyebrows. I mean, a lot of us were expecting this to be its own full open-world world title, not something that's nested within a larger sandbox platform. But according to what they've said, MindsEye will be a full-on, narrative-driven game with cutscenes, missions, car chases, gunfights, all that good stuff. So it's not just a tech demo or a glorified side quest. It's meant to stand on its own, just delivered in a kinda unusual way. And honestly, if that structure works out, it could be pretty cool. You finish the main game, and instead of uninstalling, you stick around to check out what other players are creating in everywhere. But at the same time, I totally get the skepticism. It's a risky move, especially when the whole world's watching to see if this team can actually pull it off. Now let's talk about the actual gameplay, because yeah, we've also seen some. A little over a month ago, they dropped the first official gameplay trailer for MindsEye during Sony's State of Play, and the entire thing was captured in-game. And honestly, it looked pretty solid. They definitely went hard on the action. I mean, we're talking constant car chases, shootouts, and explosions basically every few seconds. Maybe a bit too many explosions if I'm being real, but I get what they were going for. They wanted to make it feel as intense and cinematic as possible. Hopefully, the final game actually plays like that, and it's not just stitched together action shots. But if they manage to balance those high-octane moments with solid open-world gameplay, it could be really fun to play. It's not like I'm not worried though. Every time I watch one of these trailers, I get this weird feeling that something's off about the game. Maybe it's just that there's no real wow factor. Like the overall look feels like it could have come out 10 years ago. And the whole hybrid of GTA and Cyberpunk is kinda weird. I wish they'd just picked one solid direction and gone all in. On top of that, our main character looks way too similar to Lincoln Clay from Mafia 3, which makes sense because as far as I know, they hired the same actor, Alex Hernandez, for the role. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's hard to unsee. Honestly, I feel like we need another gameplay trailer, something more substantial that shows us real open-world exploration instead of just set-piece explosions. That would do a lot to ease my doubts and prove that this game's going to be worth it. Now here's something worth talking about. The people behind this whole thing. The project is being led by Leslie Bensies, who used to be one of the key producers at Rockstar Games. This is the guy who literally worked on GTA from GTA 3 all the way up to GTA 5. So yeah, he knows a thing or two about building massive open-world games that keep people hooked for years. After leaving Rockstar back in 2016, things were kind of quiet for a while, but now we know why. He wasn't just chilling, he was cooking up something entirely new with a fresh team at Build a Rocket Boy. Now, should we expect something on the scale of GTA 6 from a new studio like this? Probably not. I mean, it's their first project, and you can't just replicate 2 decades of Rockstar experience and infrastructure overnight. But the fact that someone like Benzies is behind it definitely adds some weight to the whole thing. It's not just another random indie studio promising the next GTA killer. This guy's track record makes you want to at least give it a shot. So, if you've got faith in Benzies and his crew, you can already pre-order the game in both physical and digital copy. It's hitting Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, and PC on June 10th, 2025, which, all things considered, really isn't that far off. I'm definitely curious to see whether they can pull this off, so I'll be checking it out while I wait for GTA 6 to finally drop. Let's hope it lives up to the hype. So, let me guys know, what do you think about it in the comments down below, and of course I'll keep you updated, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell.